Hare Krishna. Namaste. Chapter 4, which is entitled as Jnana Yoga, Sloka 34. Tad-viddhi praṇipātena paripraśnena sevayā upadekṣyanti te jñānaṁ jñāninas tattva-darśinaḥ. This is key sloka in Bhagavad Gita, where a lot of emphasis is given by many acharyas, of course Krishna himself. To attain the knowledge that Krishna has recommended seems to be a longer process or time it would take. Right now, we have a basic knowledge, that is Atma, about Atma and about body. But to see the karma to be fully jnana seems it will take more time. And also during this process, I should remember whatever you have told me so far, Krishna. So hopefully I don't forget what I heard before. So the answer is told here in the sloka, that is, we have to keep hearing. We have to keep hearing multiple times, repeatedly, and hear from the right source. So that's the message of this particular sloka, how this get connected to the previous slokas that we saw. One might think after hearing Bhagavad Gita, they are done with it, Bhagavad Gita is completed. But Krishna says it is not over. You need to continue hearing again and again and again, repeatedly, several times, from many other sources. Make sure the source is a bona fide source coming from the right parampara, spiritual disciplic succession. Tad-viddhi praṇipātena paripraśnena sevayā upadekṣyanti te jñānaṁ jñāninas tattva-darśinaḥ. That knowledge of different sacrifices that we saw so far, which eventually leads one to the knowledge of self. And that knowledge which Krishna has spoken long back in the second chapter, that is a knowledge. That's a fundamental knowledge which brought into third chapter, and we are in fourth chapter now. So that knowledge is what called as Tat. Krishna states that because, why he say Tat instead of telling directly what that is because he's spoken so much about it, and its glories are, unlimited. He can go on speaking about this. So it's a point where he has come to say that, coming to a point to say that. Praṇipātena, by approaching teacher, guru, spiritual master, prostrating, falling, paying his obeisances, salutation, that is praṇipātena. Paripraśnena, by submissive inquiries, asking questions with proper mood. Sevayā, by rendering service. Viddhi, try to understand. Jñāninas, who having acquired knowledge of the scriptures. Tattva-darśinaḥ, have had direct vision of the reality, the self. Jñānaṁ, the knowledge you acquire or require. Te, to you, upadekṣyanti, will impart. That is, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. As it may sound here from what we saw, that approaching a spiritual master is one category and another person called self-realized is some other category. That's not the case here. It is here the spiritual master, guru, is a self-realized person. It's the same person, not two different persons. So Krishna here, what is trying to say is, I have taught the knowledge concerning the self in the second chapter, starting with Sloka number 17. Avinasi tu tat viddhi yena sarvam idam tatam. Starting from that Sloka through second chapter 39th Sloka. Yeshate abhihita sankhe buddhir yoge tu imam shrunu. Until that Sloka. So Krishna has packed this knowledge of Atma in those sessions. If action is performed in accordance with Krishna's instructions, or Krishna speaking to Arjuna, my instruction, the sins will be destroyed. Then a state will be reached wherein the knowledge becomes blossomed. So if one approaches a great soul who are the seer of the truth and prostrate before them, render them the service in accordance with their wishes over the period of time by asking right questions in a submissive manner, one can remember the instructions and one can practice those things and will never forget. Now, question might arise, did not Krishna instruct Arjuna now already regarding the self? Or maybe did not Arjuna listen attentively, or he didn't learn it well? If Krishna taught him well and Arjuna also had listened carefully, why does Krishna now ask Arjuna to learn it from others? Why is he asking he should learn from someone else? So the answer is, for one's knowledge to become reality, that is to blossom, a keen mind is required. The mind currently is closed by doors that made of limitless sins that one have committed over time, which doesn't have a starting point. When did we start? It's just hard to track back. In such a condition, however well one may teach us, however well we may listen to it, still the clarity is not achieved in our mind. There will be some doubts and confusion. So it is not the problem of either the teacher or the listener, the student. It is because of the mind which is blocked by the purva karma, papa punya karmas. It's like a person suffering from jaundice sees everything as yellow in color. So the only remedy is to cure this person from jaundice. However many scriptures one may study, still the clear knowledge may not arise in a mind which is afflicted by sins and the purva vasanas, impressions. And the sins will be removed only when unflinching, unshakable devotion to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Krishna is established. That's when the sin will be removed and a clarity will be born. So for that to happen, one has to hear this topic repeatedly, many times from many saints. So we yet to see the rest of it, and we will cover those things in part 2. Namaste. Hare Krishna.